Aloha, loves. For Black Herstory, day 13, I will be loving on myself. It is Valentine's Day 2026. Kind of went a little hard in the gym, hurt my ankle, so, or re injured my ankle. I wanted to do those cable leg kickbacks so bad that I threw myself off again. And I was this close to healed. I'm sure of it. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little giveaway because self care is everything. So I've got these single packs of the romance blend that I only make once a year. It has organic everything, right? So we've got Big Island brewing chocolate. So that's raw cacao for those of you it's been dried and roasted. Well, it's not raw then, is it? Anyway, dried and roasted. Um, from Big Island, we've got some medical Mary flowers in here and some lavender rose petals, red rose petals, as well as some calendula. So this blend, and here's my demo pack right here. My demo pack, just so I can smell it for you guys. It is delightful. Ah, that smells so good. So we're going to do a little yoni steaming today for self-care. I'm going to go bless these in the sunlight. All right, I've got my water. So good. I'm going to use this one right here. So I guess I'm giving away 5 singles and 2 doubles, 2 larges. So if you'd like a chance to win this, comment yoni blessings. Technically, you could drink this, but it's more of a blend for the womb space, for self-love, self-caring, healing, restoration. I have a separate video that talks about yoni steaming and how to yoni steam at home if you don't happen to have one of these diamonds or a girl's best friend. I had a maker for these, but they ended up being flaky, so I can just send you the directions. Like, we flaked on each other. It became a flake-a-thon. It was basically a rash, but that's not the point. The point is, anyway, I use this bucket. It's lined with a towel. I will heat up these herbs after I've prayed with them and blessed them and thanked them for their beauty and their essence, right? And there's a lot of blood vessels in the yoni. So I'll heat up the water till it's lightly steaming. Put it back in, pour it in here, but this will be inside the bottom of the bucket. And then I place this on top. If you want more on yoni steaming, I can give you that information. But right now, it's Black Herstory segment. So let's get into it. Self-care and self-love is a revolutionary act because there's been so many times that people just assume and expect the brown woman to take all of the pain, all women actually, to take pain, to take suffering, to be the sounding board for everyone else's issues without listening to hers, to like take from her sensuality, her sexuality, and use it against her, to over sexualize young children, especially female African Americans, to then take that sexuality and say, you asked for it, or then in times of slavery, steal those children. And it's time that we take them space and the time for mindfulness and meditation and dedication and put it into ourselves with some loving intentions and focus. I've noticed that as I have been steaming, not only have I softened to myself, but I've understood my foremothers and forefathers better. Why they did what they did, my strengths, noticing my weaknesses, which often is surrounds community and allowing for living a more supported and better life, right? Because in reality, some people haven't had that space to trust. Some people, they gave that trust and that love, and that was taken advantage of. And that's unfortunate, but it does happen. And people take like my kindness and my niceness like I'm stupid or naive, when we all know that if I can remember multiple lifetimes, I can see you talking smack about me behind my back, Sharon. Just kidding. There's no Sharon who has done that to me that I'm aware of. So don't hate on the Sharons. Don't hate on the Karens. My ex mother in law was a Karen, and we've known each other in a former life, but you can talk to her about that. But it's that time for softness, for self care, for self love, the restorative properties of both chocolate, which is magnesium or manganese, and the healing properties and beauty of flowers, because they heal not only with their beauty but their oleochemicals, the the byproducts that they create just by being, that help our body, like the antifungal properties of calendula, the relaxation properties of lavender, and the transformative properties of medical Mary flowers, people. I mean, I don't, I know other ways to say it, but that's how I'm saying it right now. So, why I was always attracted to herbs after, so it was the only thing that made sense. If you read my book, which I have a copy of somewhere, not here. Actually, I do. I'm just not going to do for it. I talk about how the exploitation of earth and the separation of the human from spirit, right? And therefore, and also from their body, like the over medicalization of the body. Okay, so it looks like my neighbor's about to blow their roof, which is like great timing for my filming. So I guess I'll have to continue that on another day. And that's all right, because it's time for me to go slow and be soft with myself today. So I hope you're somewhere loving on yourself today. Maybe I'll come in with a script about, I already talked about medical hegemony and the use of science as a religion and a fear mongering tactic, right? Oh, wash your hands, wash everything. What happens when you do that? You actually disconnect from your body's innate ability to help heal you, to help um, your immune system build. And you can over clean and make yourself sick and debilitate your own immune system through the chemicals used for cleaning. But that's neither here nor there. So, you know, for my ancestors and those before me that passed away, and they're still being used for medical science to this day, I I'm empowered to steam. The medical science hasn't caught up to it. No, it says it's like there's no proven. Guess what? We've been doing it for thousands of years. If people have been yoni steaming for thousands of years, there has to be a purpose to it. And it's not a torturous activity. It's not like female genital mutilation, where they practice that for what? To prove virginity? When that is not even based upon the woman herself or the young girl herself that's being put through this process, but That's neither here nor there. They want to carry that tradition on and say it's tradition, but why? To control and try to take power of. Yoni steaming, center, female focused, female empowered. Black Herstory, how many people vilify their wombs because of PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, have issues with pregnancy, hormones. They put me on hormones, birth control when I was 11, way before sexual activity because they wanted to control my hormones instead of looking at the chemicals in the clothes and the food and the where we were living because we were in and out of different military spaces. So really, where are you basing your self-understanding? Is it from the under the guise of a colonialized, patriarchal focused medical system? Or is it the thousands and thousands of years passed down of humanity and our practices? Even here in Hawaii, they have a tradition. The Tongans have a tradition. The Samoans have a tradition. The Filipinos have a tradition. India, um, Africa, China. I mean, I don't know all the countries of all the names of all the places, but I bet you Armenia does too. Because I started learning about the Armenian um, practices pre Christianity. Don't get me wrong, very much so into Christianity, which we can talk about another time because people from the African diaspora they say, what about Ifa and Vudan and these things, which really do connect people back to the earth. But when you take on, it's like going to a new country and eating nothing but their food. It could hurt, it could be healthy, but what your body is used to is what has been evolved to eat, not based on what subsistence is. This is getting off topic of self love, but understanding the self on a deeper level, understanding who you are. And that starts with listening to your body, hearing your womb space, knowing that you are of value and important as well. And as a woman, which some people just straight talk to me like I'm a man. They talk to me about their crushes or whatever it is they're doing, and it's like, do you not? And they'll talk about women in the crudest fashion. Like, I am not a dude. I get that I am non-judgmental and that I'm present, but do you know how many people I've had to correct? Like, I am still a woman, and you're talking about them like this, and that really makes you look like a terrible human. And if you really want our species to continue with your genes in it, okay, that's not the point. The point is self love, self care, womb care, clearing and healing the womb space, grounding into your body. You know what helps? The roller. The roller can help you get through pain. Now, I myself am recovering because I full on splayed my ankle out sideways. Okay, like it was gnarly. My whole ankle on a wedge just went crack all the way to the side and then came back. So I have to allow times for the tissues to restructure and recover. Now, but for those of you who are not in immediate but over long-term structural issues, get yourself this. You want to cut through and speed up your healing? Get yourself a roller. You want to reconnect with your womb? Get yourself some of these. And I'm giving these away, by the way. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I think. Seriously. Can I hang this? I mean, the guys. Anyway.